Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Korean StarCraft Weekly, Korean Starleague Weekly, brought to you by the fine folks, Chicken Man, Dave, Testa, and a bunch of awesome people pitching in to give us some great weekly Korean StarCraft content. I'm Nathanias, joined by Katie. She'll be popping in throughout the game, and in the bottom right, We've got the Korean Terrans. They're here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Maru. Now this player in the top left is Oriana, a Grandmaster. I looked at their profile. They're previous Grandmaster on the Korean server, and they play random. So I thought that was quite fascinating. So you've got a random player going up in a TvT against one of the absolute best Terran players to ever do it. And I think you've got a couple $100 prize pool, so the stakes not necessarily through the roof, but I mean, you come in here and you rack up these dubs. Maru has actually won a couple of these cups a little bit earlier when they were running, when it began. I have not really been casting these. I think I started with week 6, so I didn't get to see Maru do his thing. I kind of missed out on that. We didn't end up having Gumiho be able to play the last 2 weeks. The schedule changed for when the cup was running, and I think it's running at like noon Korean time on Saturday, which is a time that any self-respecting person would generally be available. But I think it changing to that, I think people already had plans basically. So now that the schedule has changed and there's been a little bit more time, these guys are like, oh yeah, you know, go grab my lunch and then play for a couple $100. Doesn't sound too bad, huh? Absolutely not. And hey, changing schedules around can always be a tricky thing, but these guys are back. They're back in the Korean Star League, and it's good to see. It's good to see. Right now, going on below this series, I'm gonna check the bracket real quick for you. We've got Creator going up against Gumiho. So the winner of this match, which, I mean, Masters League Terran player against Maru. I have nothing mean to say. Oriana competed last week, put on some great games, but this is just what happens when you have open sign-up qualifiers. You get some of these more interesting matches, but maybe you also get something interesting out of the overdog, as it were. So a potential Maru versus Gumiho or Maru versus Creator match to come after this one is gonna be dope. Let's just be real. That's yeah. We were trying to jump into that Gumiho Creator series, but all these guys got seeded. It's a live bracket, so we don't actually have full control over which games we can get into, because we did Scarlet versus Gemini, and at that point neither of these players actually had been seeded into a match because they all got first round buys. So this was the next series that we were able to jump to. It goes without saying, I'm a huge Gumiho fanboy. I'm very excited to see him throughout these weeklies. I don't know if he's going to beat Creator, so this might just sound really dumb in retrospect, but it's how I feel. So some Hellions and Reapers moving out. Very standard TvT opening. You see a lot of this can really punish Cyclone heavy builds if you can just jump the Cyclone. That's what Maru's going to try to do, and he will get Oriana's Cyclone. Of course, if you kill that Cyclone, they usually don't have much else to actually defend or deal with this. It ends up being a pretty close amount of units, so the Reapers are going to run down to the natural to regen, but we have 2 more Reapers and another Hellion coming in for Maru. Just an absolutely devastating early game TvT build. I mean, this is a haymaker of an opening if there is one. Behind it is natural, is done. We have, appears to be a medevac going to be going to reinforce this tech lab on the barracks. So you have this many Reapers and Hellions. You have great map control. Just fantastic space and area denial. Oriana moving out is going to be tricky. With Cyclones, you don't want to get overwhelmed leaving your base again. So you end up having to lean on a tank or something else to act as that defense. And Maru's going to start up that 3rd command center. Nothing super surprising here. Medevac for Maru is going to head into the main base though, and we'll see what Oriana's got to deal with. It does not have vision. You can see it does not have vision of the unload. Hellions are out. The units in the natural are going to try to come up to the main, but even if Even if Oriana's able to defend this, it's going to come at the cost of the Raven energy. So auto turret does get dropped. Still has enough for 2 more. And catching this medevac would be a pretty nice dub. Can he? Can he? Nope. Damn. That was close. That was close. It's not surprising to see Maru come in and just look incredibly strong. Half the reason I'm casting this is for the replay, but they found, you know, normally that would be a problem, but you see, then they found out I don't build Marines anyway, so there's actually no risk until I get Gumiho's replays. Then yeah, well, those are just for me. So Stim pack coming in. Boy, Katie liked that one. It's going to be a bio versus bio game. Not very surprising. I think that Maru will probably be able to deal some good damage soon, but it is TvT. So as far as being able to drag things out, use the Ravens, use the tanks, buy yourself time, we could see Oriana try to turn this into something. But there's not much in the way of defense for this drop. Hellion's going to run into some Marines in the center of the map. But I'm almost surprised that if you take that economic hit early on, that you don't maybe go mag, something to really slow it down. But you probably, I mean, that's, I don't know. I don't know that I have a magic answer for what you do if you have to play Maru in an open bracket matchup. That's just brutal. It's just absolutely brutal. Cyclones get out, just walked in, snip on the SCVs, and it's been painful.
Nathan gestures to me like I know what to say here. These people are obviously, they're doing some great things. Look at them. What is that unit in front, the fast one?
This guy that's on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
That's a Reaper.
Oh.
He has a jetpack. He can go up cliffs, and I hate him because people cheese with these guys a lot.
Well, it sounds like you're just a hater because look at them fast moves. He's moving pretty quickly here.
Yeah, he's like the Turbo Man of StarCraft.
Wait, there's a dinosaur.
Dinosaur?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What the heck?
They put these guys in so you get less FPS.
You're saying it like that's a bad thing. Okay, for people like me that just look at the Starbags and they're just like, what is going on? That is a plus. We're looking at Dinosaur John here. He is just living his best life. You know, he's probably gonna go on a smoking hot date later. He's gonna take his what are you doing? Go back to the units. What's going on?
Nothing's happening yet. He's I can see the mini map.
I think the people in chat, we're all rooting for Dinosaur John. You know, he's living his best life. You know, he might be going out later. He might be going to the discotheque. He might be, oh, we got some shooting happening now. Pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Uses the interference matrix on the siege tanks so that he can push forward on the ground. But Oriana also used the interference matrix. So it's like an old internet service provider. It's net zero.
Right. If you were a dinosaur, Nathan, where would you go on a date, though?
I was a dinosaur? Well, my dinosaur...
Wrong. Like... Rainforest Cafe. That's where you'd take them. You'd take them because you're, like, looking at all the... Oh, my God. We got Tater Tutor in the chat. We got Sweffimo. We got Cardin. Cool. But, yeah, no, if I was a dinosaur, I would, like... I want to see some animatronic-looking animals, right? I want to get my veggies on and maybe dinosaur nuggies while I'm eating my, just Rainforest Cafe meal. That's where I would take my dinosaur
This
day.
message is not brought to you by Rainforest Cafe.
Anyway, shout out to your local Rainforest Cafe. Nathan's a hater. In Vegas, he would refuse to take me there. That's the one thing I wanted to go to do, and yet he's like, no, we're going to go to the Taco Bell.
We're going
to... We went to the worst. Yeah, we went to the worst Olive Garden. Anyways, back to
reverse. Can I give like an opposite of a shout out to the to the Spring Valley Olive Garden?
Shout out to the worst Olive Garden in existence, where everything was painful. Taco Bell is king. Oh my God, they know. But yeah, Nathan thinks that's like normal Mexican food. So we're gonna just go back to these floating guys. Anyways, back to that. What?
Yeah, well, Maru, he did a big attack on the third base.
That's right, chat. He did a big juice. Lawler!
Yeah, Lawler is in the chat.
Hey, Snookums. Well, listen, when you're there, you're family, but they did not treat us like family. They treated us like if we wanted
First
water,
of
it was a
all-
bad thing.
First of all, I only have feelings on Olive Garden because I know they can be so much more. All right. Nationally, internationally, at no location do they offer penne pasta, a core staple in any self-loving Italian's diet. Okay. And the fact that they don't have that specific type of pasta.
What specific type? You said it just now, didn't you? No.
I will
Penne?
literally never get over it.
Penne?
Yeah.
You like fettuccine. What are we talking about?
They're both good. You gotta have options.
I mean, you gotta have options.
He's trying to wedge him, right? He's trying to catch him. So
He's
that when
trying
he
to wedge
runs back,
salad him. There's no bacon. There is no blue cheese dressing. There is just a chunk of iceberg that probably cost the restaurant
trying
for
to cut him
25
off
cents.
from going into his base. Maru, look, he keeps stimming all of his units. They're very low on health, but
GG, victory, Maru.
there you go.
When you're there,
Beautiful.
you're family.
Penne is so good, right? I'm not crazy. You like penne? We had that penne vodka sauce like 5 months ago. Wasn't it fantastic? It was a frozen dinner. You
He
don't
ate it
remember?
all by himself, but yes, I do remember that. That was a wonderful experience. Anyways, on to the next game, right? It's Maru versus the League of Legends, Oriana. Crazy. Spirals? Oh,
wait.
mac and cheese spirals? Yeah. Some tomato sauce? Oh my God, yeah.
Please. Okay, thank you. Maru invited me. It said Maru.
Maru
Hang on, I gotta
personally invited you?
I'm screenshotting it. Maru invited you to a lobby. Hang on. I'm gonna post it in Discord.
Nathan went to the Cheesecake Factory and ordered. He got what was it? God, I think I told this to Lawler. It was something. It was a sampler.
I didn't get a sampler.
It was an egg roll sampler.
I gotta. Oh, we tried an appetizer. We didn't know what to get.
Anyways, check DMs. Okay. You only have an expression? Oh, no.
Look, I love Olive Garden. There's very few places where you can get really overpriced fresh Italian food without having to cook it. Okay. And I think that people's negative opinions of them would improve if they improve their product, because to me, that just sounds like good business. I don't know about you.
Shout out to Lawler for finding true happiness. I love you. I love you. Oh my God. He found his own Katie. That's pretty cool. We bought it. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The dream.
Anyway, shout out to you. Love you, Beba.
Did they have a sample tray and you walk off with it? You think we just steal the sample tray from the restaurant?
This mother trucker, reminder, the first time we actually went on an actual date besides him eating my leftovers which was the first time we met, but you didn't eat my hamburger. He was just like, let's go to a Cheesecake Factory after he was like, oh, I'm Nathanias, I'm going to shake her hand. That's the way to seduce a woman.
I literally had, at that point, only been to Seattle. I'd only been to Seattle at that point. So we were going to not Seattle, and we stopped at some random strip mall because we were both hungry.
It was the main mall off of
it's some
Seattle
big
airport.
mall off of the airport that I've never been to.
Right. Because you lived in Washington before, so you would go there a lot.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know where to go.
Right. And then the next time he came in, he was going to, what was it, Poland after for like a tournament. And he's like, let's stop at this place.
Oh, well, we did. That was the worst mistake, I think.
It was like, think of less than Denny's quality.
We went to a Sherry's. I had the ribs at a Sherry's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Off of an off-brand Denny's
It was
restaurant.
the worst mistake. I think it actually is the worst mistake I've ever made.
My tiny house suffered, okay?
I'd never been to Sherry's. I'd never heard of it.
Before Nathan, I had this amazing tiny house. It was beautiful, and then Nathan decided to do that. But anyways, what are you doing? I know Lawler, he's lost without you.
It's a factory opening.
He's all
He
out of
took
love.
off gas to expand.
Right, that's also happening.
Just a quick update on the build. Nothing's really happened yet.
Is there dinosaurs in this map too, or what are we doing?
I could go looking, I guess.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We know they're there in heart and in presence and in our minds.
What is that? Now I need to know. I only actually unvetoed this map. I've had this map vetoed for about 3 weeks. So I do I do kind of keep track, but I've only been playing on this map again for one day. I don't remember where the critters are. I don't know.
Critters? Wait, so critters are
That's
a
what
common
they are.
thing.
That's what they are referred to as. Yes. Yeah, there are different critters per map. That dinosaur thing being one of them. I didn't tell you Shiloh's on this map, by the
What?
way.
Shiloh
Yeah, you
comic
see, he's
dinosaur?
just dancing here in the corner.
Oh my!
Yeah.
You think my first dog is that little worm
He
thing?
looks like an Ewok. It's an Ewok.
I don't agree. So anyways, did you know that when you pick up your prom dress when you're junior in high school, you can also get a free puppy? That's this thing I got, you know, pretty cool. Anyways, we're back to the game. We're looking at Oriana versus Maru, right?
Yeah, Maru leading 1-0.
But this isn't Gumiho. This isn't your ultimate favorite guy, right?
No, Maru is like really good, but he does not. I mean, like sometimes he does stuff other people won't do, but he's just like, he's that guy that does the thing that you're supposed to do better than everybody else. And while I respect that, my whole thing is just kind of doing stuff that
Incorrectly.
yes, exactly, for the purposes of showing off. Really, that's about it.
Chili's is a good boomer restaurant. Isn't that just like another Applebee's?
I thought Chili's was Applebee's, just with a different logo.
The last time we went to an Applebee's, they gave me a raw steak and they're like, oh, it's great, right? And I'm like, oh no, it's still mooing.
So Maru with a pretty quick tank drop rush to the front of the natural. We see this build quite a bit. The Reapers go for the backstab, but he does have a Cyclone to deal with it. I do not know what Oriana does to secure the natural. They're pinned in, Kate. They're pinned in and trying to go down this ramp with the tank. That's a major risk. I see that. You see how the camera jumped there, by the way? That bug is why I play on Linux.
Why is the ramp an issue? Is it like, are we talking America's Next Top Model where there's a lot of pressure, or what's going on there?
Well, I don't think you can go down these stairs with heels on.
Anyways, Applebee's gave you a raw chicken. You only got 50% off. Sweetie, contact the manager, okay? I swear to God, I go to Karen mode pretty quickly when I get screwed over when it comes to good quality meats.
If you hit them up on their Twitter, they'll usually give you a gift card too.
Nathan got oh, GG Maru.
Yeah. Well, that, I mean, that attack, he was super dead.
Anyways.
GG. Okay, well, this is the end of the match, so we're gonna stop recording this one. So say like, that's the end of Maru versus Oriana.
That's the end of Maru versus Oriana.